Sorry, y'all. I had to respond to a few disgruntled messages. One of them from a homeboy who basically feels like I have not been keeping in contact with him. And he's like, yo, like, nigga, like, you don't fuck with me no more. And, you know, initially I would think that the first thing that you do when you hear a response like that is to be like, my nigga, what are you talking about? You can hit me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I guess when people see that you're making certain moves, and it's like, damn, nigga, I was there for you when you was here. We was cool when you was here, but now you often to like, oh, you forgot about niggas. Sonny, do you go through that with your life?
Fucking God, every day.
Every day?
That's why I hate niggas so much.
Is it just men that go through that?
Niggas.
Is it just men that treat you that way?
No, I think it's just a human thing. I've had homegirls that I've known since I was like 5 years old. That's like, you know what I mean? People act a little funny. It's hard to see people come up from where you came from and you still there. So I still give them a lot of grace. You know what I mean? That's why I say everybody has dreams no matter where it was deterred. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So being around you, maybe it gives him a sense of vicariously living around you. And it's not that he's
successful in his own right. He's successful.
Well, yeah. All right, well. Maybe he just see you getting bitches, want to get some bitches with you. I don't know. Then
probably get more bitches than me too.
Yeah, maybe he just miss your company. I don't know. Yeah.
I would say this, Trom. I was speaking with somebody yesterday, and they were speaking about reason why I would consider myself not really have many friends. And I spoke about how I was before I went to. Is better.
That's good drink.
How I was before I went to jail, and the crew I used to hang with before I went to jail, and then coming home and trying to kind of switch over to out your side of things, and not really having that same bond, feeling somewhat like an outsider, especially being that I used to get money and shit like that, and now I ain't getting no money. Y'all niggas got the wave, and I'm kind of like an add-on, and the relationship I had with the people who were around us at the time. How I could have seen myself being an agitator in ways. Although I think I was helpful in some ways, I was an agitator in other ways. And I could see myself have been jealous or kind of sour in certain relationships at the time. But there haven't been genuine love there. To the point where I had to kind of create my own lane away from niggas. And I said that in the process of creating my own lane away from niggas, I didn't pour as much back into those relationships. Even though I apologized for the way I was. I said, yo, bro, I realized I was a lot in those years. I realized that I was, I was going through a lot. You know what I'm saying? I did enough work on myself to be able to say that I could see me being a problem in those years. But I spent so much time on my phone, so much time around women. Shit, I spend a lot of time at work or even at home. I got my kids. My life is different. And I don't show up. Niggas will hit me like, yo, it's Cove birthday. Yo, it's Lingo's this. Yo, it's this or that. Trom hit me the other day like, yo, you want to go to the bar? And I'm like, yo, I've been begging a nigga to go to the bar. Mm-hmm. But I had some other shit that I put priority over that. And I was like, over the course of, I've been home from jail for, okay, let's say if I started this job, I'm going into my 13th year next month. 13 years ago.
How long was you
locked up for? Just a year and change, right? Okay. So, but if niggas hitting you the first month, you like, yo, I got this job. 4 months later, they still hitting you. 8 months later, them phone calls start dwindling because they're like, oh, he got that job. 13 years later, you and them niggas not really talking no more. You don't really, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, well, do you think that you should reach back out and try to rekindle those relationships? Do you think that there's a room for it? And I was like, I really don't even know if there's room for that anymore. Like I talk to Tron about all the time. Like, yo, y'all be hanging out without me. Y'all don't invite me. It's because it's just not the same thing no more. It used to be. It's the love is still there. Yeah. But it's just not the same thing anymore. Yeah. So I wanted to ask Tron, what is your vision on that? Do you think there's a way to rekindle past relationships? Do you think that or do you just move on and start over?
I think there is a way to rekindle it, but sometimes I think we all be stuck in our own thoughts about shit, and we all overthink things, everybody's going to have a different perspective and remember things differently. You could be stuck in the way you remember it. Another person like, yo, it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, what it takes is for somebody to, I guess, be the bigger person, for lack of a better term.
We all big-headed.
You know what I mean?
All of us.
Yeah. So it's like somebody got to be like, all right, let's put all the bullshit to the side and just, yo, let's just fucking catch up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll say, because you've achieved a certain level of success, with a lot of power comes responsibility, right? So you might need to be the person that's the person that's more successful now has to be the one like, yo, let's stay connected, because the person that's not might feel the ways like, I don't want to reach out to him now and look like a dick rider.
Now,
you know what I mean?
Now I'm on his dick. Now,
so you always have to look at the dynamics in your friendships and relationships.
I said that. But then it's like, I kind of feel like I don't know. I don't know. In this situation particularly, the one I'm speaking about right now, I didn't feel no pull from it. I felt that he was trying to express himself. So I said, bro, honestly, the way we used to be, I respect that you was kind of like the aggressor and that you was really trying to be friends and we was great friends because of your energy. I'm to myself a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm really just not really good at pouring into relationships. It has nothing to do with you. I understand where you coming from. I'm talking to a man, so I know he's like, whoa, like, nigga, you being mad, vulnerable. Hold on, you supposed to tell me to go fuck myself. But I'm like, I understand where you're coming from, and I apologize for making you feel that way. But it is not purposeful. I just really just kind of just beating myself all the time, or overwhelmed with life and this or that.
Just a little far removed from that relationship. It's like I'm so far removed from where I was.
I don't be thinking about that.
Yeah, it's not even on my mind. It's not like I don't fuck with you. It's just like so many things that became priority in my mind.
Exactly.
And when I do get free time, I'm over here with the free time versus over there with y'all fucking around like I used to.
Exactly.
That's all it is. Just a shift happened. It's still love, nigga. If I see you walking on the street, I'm like, nigga, you remember we used to fucking da 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 da. That don't mean I still want to go da 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 da. You know, it's still love. I respect your growth. I respect mine. But you know, all great things eventually do have to come to an end when certain priorities shift, especially as a man. You know, like you said, you got family, you got a daughter, you got a lot going on, you got a business and shit like that. And your circle of friends change when things like that change. When you're doing business, sometimes the people you're doing business with becomes a friend. It's like, I tell people all the time, like, damn, you know, they be wanting to hang out. I'm like, well, if you want to hang out, we're going to have to do some business together, because that's where a lot of my time goes. We're going to have to do something together if you want to hang out, because I'm not just hanging out. You know what I mean? I'm not just hanging
stressful
out.
to me to hang out.
Yeah, because even when I'm hanging out, sometimes I'm not there. I'm on my phone. They be like, "Danny, you on your phone?" I'm like, "Oh, my bad. I got the email. My bad. I got the text. I got it." So yeah, it's a lot. If you want to be that, we're gonna have to be that on where I'm at now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, we could do shit. I'm always down to do shit with somebody,
I'm not.
especially. I mean, depending on what everybody say, especially if you like, but nah. If not, it's shit. We had our moment. Peace, nigga. I'm here now, nigga.
And then the amount of energy it takes to go back to where it was versus where we are right now, is it really even worth chasing that old relationship? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But one of my shorties was like, no, my daughter actually, she was like, so you just gonna be alone forever? And I was like, I'm not alone, I got you. She's like, not us, but like, you don't really have community.
Yeah.
Like, you just kind of just be upstairs. And I was like, kind of make me feel kind of whack.
Yeah, I told my dad that too. So I get where she coming from, especially when you see your parents. I told my mom and my dad that they're not together but separately. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is it. You know, where your friends at, mom? And like, you should get out more and have fun.
Like on Twitter.
And do this. Yeah, but like, girl, I'm a Gen Z.
Well, my friends are on Twitter. What do you mean? I have plenty of friends. I have 13,900 friends.
How many of us have them?
Welcome back to So Shameless Part 2, y'all. Sorry, I didn't mean to open the show on some shit that'll make you reflect like that, but sometimes that's the shit that we go through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's some real life shit going on. We all go through it. This podcast, I like to call us a show. I like to call it a show.
It's a show.
Podcast has such a negative connotation.
Yeah.
But this show, we touch people in different ways, and I really appreciate the fact that people reach out to us in our DMs on Twitter and they say, yo, I love the way y'all tackle conversations. It's not a bunch of pandering. It's not everybody on the same page. Everybody's like, oh, we're gonna go with the positive. You guys attack it from different views so that everybody feels represented. I love that about what we're doing here. But yeah, if you're out there and you do feel somewhat lonely and you do feel like you miss certain relationships in your life, as Trump said, don't be scared to reach out and have a vulnerable conversation. It's very easy to point fingers all day. Yeah. Very easy to be like, you did this. No, bitch, you did this. Yo, matter of fact, I asked this question the other day. I asked this question today. I said, if you're in the middle of an argument and that motherfucker was coming at you crazy, and you know how times take load. Sometimes a person come at you about some shit and you so taken aback that it takes you a minute to kind of remember what really happened or like really get into the meat of the shit. And you come up with some shit and you ready to return fire. Mm-hmm. But then they go, you know what? Honestly, I get it. I'm being aggressive. I'm being whatever. My bad. Don't even take it like that. But they've hit you beneath the belt mad times in argument. Do you hit them with the fire that you remember? Ooh. Or do you accept their apology? Because it's like, no, bitch. Right. Last time I hit you, you was doing that and you denied the call. And then I seen you at fucking Ricardo's the next day. You never even called me back. You got that in the tuck for the reason why y'all didn't link. But they've just apologized after hitting you below the belt. Yeah. Do you hit them with that?
That's a good question,
especially
for me.
Or do you just take the apology and walk off?
Because 9 times out of 10, I'll keep the peace because I just don't like arguing, so I'll take the apology. But it'd be that one time, I'll be like, nah.
Gotta give it to him.
Yeah, like,
make sure you hear this.
Just to let you know, just so for GP, like, nah, this ain't the way. You ain't gonna handle me like that and then apologize without my rebuttal. Like, you gonna have to hold something too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You too, Sonny?
Yeah, nah. I mean, I'm pretty.
Give it up?
Man, listen.
You ain't gonna give it up?
I go.
I can see you be thinking about that shit.
I be going. I go when it's time. I go there. My tongue is. It goes there. It stings.
All right. Take it easy.
Not even like that. Like, you know what I mean? No, or take it to the biblical term. It's power in the tongue. In the biblical term, right? Not the lesbian term. But, yeah, like, I won't say I'll take low blows, but I'll read a motherfucker down if it's like...
Even if they apologize?
I was in a situation where something happened like that where it was apology, but it depends on how the sincerity behind the apology, honestly.
Even if you got some hate for them? You'll let the heat fade? Down. You'll let the heat fade?
I'll back down, just won't fuck with them. I think it's more power in that. Sometimes some people ain't even worth a fuck you.
Facts.
I ain't gonna hold you. Man, sometimes once I load that shit up and I be wanting to,
you on backspace and be like, nah,
it's very hard for me not to let them have it. Melly, the timer is off. Is that supposed to be like that?
I was doing something else.
Were you supposed to restart it or is it just another page?
No, I was just doing something else.
Okay. We have our producer who has done a great amount of work here. So, what we're gonna do, and Sonny, I know you have somewhere to be after this, or something to be in after this.
Smart man. I packed the strap.
Hold up, yo, do y'all see this listener letter?
What?
God,
what's that?
Damn,
this is a listener letter.
That's a listener novel.
A what?
I actually want to read this as a fucking...
What is this? This is a what?
A listener letter. Somebody wrote all of this. And I think they actually wrote this.
Wow, it's no punctuation or nothing. They said that via text. Let's read it.
They did not put spaces.
What is this?
Yeah.
Paragraphs. There's no paragraphs.
It's just...
This listener letter has to be at least 2,000 characters. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of words.
Read it. What's
no indentations.
This comes up. Yeah, some periods. It's just so many words.
It's like no, so they got a problem. Yeah, like email us a problem.
So they sent us this. I believe, unless Trav is capping, and just saw this shit. I'm not sure, but Trav said he abbreviated it, but he sent us the real one just in case. Now I don't trust Trav's abbreviation. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. I'm not.
Oh, he abbreviated.
So he abbreviated it into this.
Wow.
But, do y'all want to do the listener letter portion first? Because we just attacked it, or do y'all want to wait till the listener letter comes up at the end of the show?
Nah, let's do it now. It's here. I want to know.
Fuck it.
You want to do the long one or the short one?
Let's do the short one.
I could read pretty fast.
I do that.
Short one.
I kind of trust Trav.
You trust Trav?
Yeah.
I want to read his
I'm
and hers.
I'm kind of tight. I want to read the whole thing. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
go for it. Because, I feel like we're going to be
Let's
like,
read
damn,
it.
what's missing?
Straight out the donkey's mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trav said to me, he was like, I know you're probably going to read the long one. But here we go. Whew. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Are we ready? Melly, are you ready?
On your mom.
Do you see this? Listen to her? You didn't see it? Hey, so Shameless, I've been listening to Tahoe and the gang since Tahoe had No Cum Girl and Wheezy on. I told you, they really read it. This is a real one.
Wow.
Keep in mind, I'm 26, so I learned a lot from y'all. Tahoe, this bitch can't spell Tahoe. First of all, lady, it's Tahoe.
Easy.
Why are you Taho? That doesn't even make sense. I know you're 26, but okay.
I know you're 26.
You finished school at 18. You get no pass for that. I relate to you a lot with your relationship with your father. I'm also an only child and have a weird relationship with my father. He was around all my life, even though I had a 2-parent household until 11 or 12, even though it was toxic, from cops being called for arguments to sandwiches being thrown, never abuse. Sandwiches being thrown, that's a wild memory. That's a wild memory.
That's funny.
In 2021, I realized I had abandonment issues. It took me years to understand it was because of my father. So now I got father issues. Great. Throughout the times my parents were together, I didn't want my parents together.
The writer is a guy.
Throughout the times my parents were together, he can still be a bitch, whether he's a guy or not. I don't need that correction, Melly. I was being joke. It was a joke. Don't take it personally.
I don't.
Throughout the times my parents were together, I didn't want my parents together. Confused why they even got married in the first place, joined the wedding at 8. My dad felt like a father to me during those days. I was always on his hip. He randomly took me to Chuck E. Cheese and come to my football games in a work uniform. That's kind of dope. But all that changed when he got caught cheating, which I knew for years, but my mother didn't. Me and my dad talked about it. I get it. She wasn't the wife he wanted, but he wanted a 2-parent household so bad he just dealt. Damn, there's way more. He just dealt with it. Like the streets as a kid in South Philly during his childhood. He's not the only one. 3 generations of abandonment issues and father issues with sons and fathers. It runs in my dad's family, including his father, my grandfather, my uncle, my great uncle with their father. All right. I'm going to Trav's part. I'm going to Trav.
Yes, let's go to trash.
I'm going to Trav.
He's rambling. The text look like a ramble.
Nigga, you start going into your ancestry.
Mm-hmm.
My granddad and my great grandma.
With all due respect, homie, if you're listening to this, I will read the entire thing. Just not on the show. And if there's anything that I miss, I will read it on Patreon and attack it on Patreon. Okay? I appreciate you fucking with us this way, but it's just way too long. Pause.
Appreciate you fucking
Way too long. It's crazy.
But it's way too long.
Way too long. It's crazy. I love Cam and them show. I had a problem with it before. I actually love Cam and them show.
I love that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, so Shane, listen to Tyler and the Gang. Since he had No Cum Girl on. I'm 26 and only. Why you cut Wheezy out? Trav, what kind of fucking editing is you doing? I'm 26 and only child and have a weird relationship with my father. I had a toxic, physically non-abusive 2-parent household until I was 11 or 12. In 2021, I realized I have abandonment issues because of my father. My dad lost his mom at 6 from breast cancer. Then his father became an alcoholic because of her death, and he hated him for it, which made him jump to the streets as a kid in South Philly during his childhood. His childhood and the other men in the family contributed to the man he is. Of course, he cheated, but my mom didn't leave him because of that. She eventually left my dad because of how much we got into it. I would split time between both. Years go by and a lot happened. He kicked me out the house because of Kool-Aid I didn't make, threatened me in school in front of my teacher if I didn't get my shit together in school. He antagonized me to fight him when I bore my fist out of anger. He didn't take my mental health seriously when I was overwhelmed my senior year of high school. Shoot, I was suicidal since I was 12. We even fought because I went to see my aunt when they were beefing. Last year on his 50th birthday, I invited my cousins over. I wasn't sure how he'd react. It's been 5 years and he hasn't reached out to them because of the beef with my aunt. I was the only family member he's been talking to. My cousin came with her husband and everything was great until she asked why you didn't talk to us. He starts making excuses, blaming my aunt, although she didn't have no problem with him seeing and talking to him. We ended up almost fighting and my cousin and stepmom had to help me calm down. It's easy to say talk to him or reach out, but how can you do that with someone that doesn't have emotional intelligence? doesn't see his flaws, or doesn't want to fix them. He doesn't hold himself accountable or seek therapy for the trauma he had from his father and the streets. I finally passed a test for a new job now, and I have an interview. I text him that, and I didn't get shit back. For once, I want him to say, I'm proud of you, son. I couldn't even get that when I bought a home. What should I do to have a better relationship with my father?
Whew, damn. First and foremost, I want to say I'm sorry you're going through that. Jesus Christ.
I think this is triggering for Trom and I both. Life is gonna life. Especially when you're in a situation where you can't really control how other people see you. Yeah. Your relationship. You can't control their reaction to information, to what they see, to their experience. You as much as you would love for them to see you for who you are and what your intentions are, it's just not something that you could control. Me and my dad, I would love for him to just be like, yeah, let me hit the nigga up. Let me just talk to the nigga. Every time I want to call him and go out, he's like making excuses as to why he can't. And it feels personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hang out with bitches. I'm sure you hang out with bitches. You always telling me that you don't need no wife because you got girlfriends. Yeah. So you fish. Yeah. You go fishing. Yeah. So you go places. Yeah. So if I'm like, yo, let's just go to a bar. Let's get out of my aunt's house. Let's go outside. I've never seen you outside, my nigga. Yeah. I've seen you at a funeral. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen you walking down the block. It's always in the house, in front of football. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, bro, do you actually want to know who the fuck I am?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
You know? So to that, I don't know what we're gonna call this guy. Whatever the fuck this guy's name is. I don't know, Tron, what do you think?
It's just one of those situations where whether it's parent or child, we're all humans, and the father has his own shit that's going on. And if you ain't right, a lot of people ain't right with their own mental health or with their own insecurities or whatever they're going through in life, and then they have kids. And that shit doesn't just automatically cease. You know what I mean? Now they're just the same person with those same issues, but now with kids. And you want the dad to love you in a certain way and to interact with you in a certain way, but it sounds like he's just got certain things that he's dealing with in his life or certain things that, I don't know, that's just not allowing him to be his greatest self. You know what I mean? A lot of times when we're not our best self, everything suffers. All our relationships suffer. Our work suffers. And I don't know. There's nothing really I could say to help you, but I would say that it's not nothing that you can do or nothing that you're doing. It's not your fault. It's something within that person, the dad, that he has to.
But he wants this relationship.
The dad wants the relationship.
The son wants this relationship. He's
right, but if the dad isn't.
It's easier for the dad to talk to a woman because this is a stranger. He can be, you know what I mean. Versus when he sees his son. I remember my dad. Like, I never experienced that, so I honestly don't know what to say. I don't have no advice because it's like I don't know. You know what I mean? Where I come, I don't want to speak on something where I have no expertise.
I have a question.
And then my dad, he deals with that with his mother. They have a relationship now and stuff like that. But he felt unloved for a lot of years from his mom. And then she told him one time, she was like, every time I see you, I see my mistakes. She was a woman, so she vocalized that as a man. Telling another man, you know what I mean? That I don't think that will, but that could be every time he see you, he see his mistakes. And I seen a clip with Corey, what's the guy, the comedian Corey Holcomb, is that his name? And he was saying a man is only gonna love the child as much as he loves the woman. So then it's like I don't know the relationship between, you know what I mean, the guy and I disagree with that totally too. But just saying I don't know much from this because I do
have a question for you that you could answer.
What?
Do you need people to hold themselves accountable in order to have to get over some shit with them?
Say
Do
that
you
again,
need
Jordan.
them to know, to accept how they affected you in order to get over an issue that you had with them? Is it a necessity?
It helps. It helps. I've gotten into it with my dad multiple times. You know what I mean? We cool, but you know, I love both my parents, but as an adult, like I told them, I'm looking at them different than that my mommy and my daddy. That's such a, when you a kid, you look like mommy, daddy, superhero, you know what I mean? They can do this, but now I'm looking at him as a man, you know what I mean? I'm judging my mom as a woman, as a wife, as a mother, you know, I'm judging my dad as a father, a man, how he handles women, and I don't agree with a lot of things that they do. Like I said, my dad's a Scorpio man, he's a womanizer, and I had to tell him like a couple times, like, yo, how you talk to women and treat them is kind of, I don't really agree with any of that, you know what I mean? Like even a conversation, because I am a lesbian woman, sometimes he will look at me like I'm one of his, like, I'm one of the niggas sometimes. Like, I'm still your little girl at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I'm with who I'm with, but at the end of the day, I'm not your son, you know what I mean? Some conversations you have with me, I'm not going to fly, I'm not going to take your side on, because I'm going to stand on the woman's side. Be like, Dad, you all like, you know, I'm still going to check him as a woman still, but repeat the question you said. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm kind of
I'm going to ask Trom. No, you did a good job.
Yeah.
You did a good job. I'm going to ask Trom, in order to get over an issue you had with somebody, do you need them to be able to accept how they affected you? Do you need them to accept accountability?
Yeah. For me, to a degree, in order for me to get over it, yeah. It's going to be stuck with me for a while if you don't accept it. And, you know, I feel like I have a certain power to move on, and you know, y'all call me unbothered, and I like that about myself, but that don't mean shit don't really bother me deep down. So in order for me to really get over it, answering the question, yeah, you gotta
even your parents.
Yeah, like I've had these issues with my, you know, close family members. I'm not going to be specific, but I realized that until you take accountability, and I'm going to hold you to the fire. Whether we talking in person or on the phone, I ain't leaving, we ain't stopping, we ain't hanging up until I got to hear something, some type of accountability on your end.
Even your parents.
Yeah.
Trom, hold that thought. I'd like to actually hear from Melly on this. She and I have had certain conversations. I'm not sure if you feel comfortable speaking about it, but would you need to hold your parents accountable? Do you need them to accept it in order to move on from certain situations?
I feel like at this moment of my life, I do, because I have gotten to the point where I don't need someone else's accountability in order for me to move on and to heal. But right now, I struggle with like letting go and forgiving people based on the things that they have done to me, or I wouldn't say done to me, but things that they have done that I felt as if affected me. And even my mother, like I've spoken to her, I've had conversations with her, I've told her that, you know, you did this and that. And she's like, what? I did that? But it actually got her to thinking, because like later on, we probably will have another conversation and she will, you know, start talking about it. She'll be, I feel like she's a little bit more open now after me telling her that you did this and this hurt, like this affected me. And the fact that you're not taking accountability for that, that's a problem for me. And so the fact that I told her that, I feel like it kind of, you know, pushed her to just talk to me a little bit more and to tell me her side of the story. So now hearing how she feels and what she was going through, I have a better understanding of her stance. And it kind of helped with, even though she didn't take accountability for real, but the fact that she still explained the reason why she did what she did, or the reason why she feel as if like whatever she did wasn't wrong, and that she's just doing that because she loves me.
Yeah, I want to say I'm next, but you just
I thought you meant like
stop mid-sentence. Like,
hold on,
shut up, you talk too much.
So yes, I feel like the reason why I want people to take accountability, because how are we going to fix a problem or a situation if you don't know what you did that made me react a certain way or that made me feel a certain way. Because if you don't know or you don't acknowledge or understand that what you did was fucked up or what you did hurt or whatever you did was just like whatever it's like I feel like I need you to understand and to like realize that even though you may not agree, but at least just acknowledge it and say, okay, yes.
Like, I need the accountability so I can let you back in. Oh, yeah, like, I need the accountability so I can let you back in. Like, without it, like, with homies, like, you getting shit, and it be like, all right, whatever it is, what it is, but it causes that distance. But, like, with a parent, I need you to, I need the accountability so I can let you back in. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
the problem is that aren't parents stuck in their ways? And the way they see things where they were at when y'all were growing up is way different than you received it as a child. You're seeing things in this grandiose way because your parents are your world. Yeah. You don't have much other things that are influencing you besides the environment in your house. Maybe it be your cousins, whatever it may be. It might even be your food. You paying way attention to the fact that you had cream of wheat today. Yeah. And like your parent is like, nigga, I have Con Ed and gas, and there's a note on the door. I'm taking your father to fucking court for child support. My world, what I'm going through as a parent, is way bigger than what you talking about that you had cream of wheat this morning instead of fucking pancakes. So the way that y'all see y'all interactions together are completely different. Yep. You might be blowing them up and be like, you did this. And they're like, what? Yeah. I was going to jury duty. I wasn't thinking about your pancakes. Yeah. I was trying to make sure you had food.
And that's why I give my parents, I do extend a certain amount of grace. I definitely do.
But do you expect them to, do they have to, as your parent who may be 30 years older than you, stuck in their ways, have their own influences, do they have to see it your way for you to accept them back into your life lovingly after having an issue with them?
It's not seeing it's not like I want you to like have to like say, yeah, okay, you were right type thing. Like I just want you to acknowledge it. Like, okay, you like my perspective, like you said, like I had jury duty or whatever the case is, but on the child's perspective, it's different. And especially if you don't, because back then, parents weren't talking to their kids and explaining like, okay, like this is why I'm going through this, or this is the reason why I can't give you pancakes or whatever the case is. Like they never explained anything to you. Yeah. So now you're growing up, you're thinking you're going to stick with your perspective of how you view the situation or how you view your life. But the parent is going to have their own view as well. So when you get older...
And yours doesn't really matter as much as theirs because they're older than you and you're the fucking kid.
But no, that's not the case. Like age is... There's nothing...
Yes, it is.
Age is nothing but a number.
I'm the one who was in charge and you were the child and you're telling me about this. And you're even, as the parent, why are you trying to tell me things? I'm trying to respect you as a person, but... Bitch, little girl.
And the child will lead the way. So I think listening to the children is very important. You feel what I'm saying? So
to this story, we're all speaking on our individual experiences. We could talk a whole episode.
We ain't got no advice for bro. I wish I did. I would say this too. It depends on the environment you choose to talk to your parent in. You know what I mean? It's not. I recently got into it. Me and my mom got into it because one time I brought up. I was like, "Yo, you remember that time you whooped me?" And it was like a horrible whooping. It was fucked up, right? You know what I mean? She got my ass butt naked, but she got tired of it. You know what I mean? The teacher calling and shit. I'm be real. And then I brought it up, but the people I brought it up around just wasn't the environment for her to be as vulnerable as she would if it was one-on-one. You know what I mean? She still, she's like, girl, I don't remember that. What the hell you talking about? I'm like, girl, I remember that. I don't remember getting my ass whooped. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? So we got into this whole thing, and then she called me like a week later. Was like, yeah, you know what? I kind of remember that. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, but then I had to think about, I was like, the environment we was in, was that an appropriate conversation? Around, it was like, someone else in the car that probably she was like, I'm not finna admit to that because when you say it out loud, that kind of sounds fucked up. Right. You know what I mean? But it is something that happened, and I was a kid, a troubled kid. You know what I mean? And with dealing with stress, and then you got an adult dealing with the 10 times more stressed than than a child sometimes in certain situations, you know what I mean? So it's just like, that's why I say you got to extend the grace, because even I thought about it, I was like, I know she remembered. I knew my mom remembered, but it was just who was around when the conversation was had. You got to like, if you see your dad, I'm gonna say this, like, cause she said you see your dad with bitches, cause I even had this conversation with my dad. I'm like, one time he bought a bitch something for Valentine's Day, and I ain't getting it. I don't think I got a text. I checked his ass. I was like, this little bitch you fucking with, like, you get bitches in and out.
My daughter go through that. I'm not getting you no Valentine's.
Yes, you should. You need to. I think you need to be. I dated a girl one time, cause people are gonna treat your daughter how you treat her.
Oh, please.
I dated a girl one time. Her dad called every morning. On that, like every morning, he cared for that girl. I never seen a father care for a girl as much as I seen her dad care for her. And it was just like, he called her every morning. Her grandma would call at 5 a.m. Her dad would call at 8 every morning, clockwork. And then I loved it. I was like, damn, this girl is loved. How can I come into this woman's life and not give her nothing but love that she's already receiving? You feel what I'm saying? And it made me treat her on a whole nother level that I ever treated any woman that I've been with that did not have that relationship, or I didn't see love being poured in already, type shit. And then I told my dad, I was like, yo, you know what I mean? He used to get mad, but I'm like, yo, this is a good father. He checks in. Now, granted, she's out of state, but he checks in every single day. 8 o'clock. It's not a day. I feel like if he didn't call, something was wrong. You feel what I'm saying? And she appreciated that, because her ex-lovers, because she didn't have, like, me and my dad, like I said, a relationship is a relationship, whether it's father, mother, brother, love or anything. You're gonna have your ups and downs and shit like that. And I challenge my parents a lot. I'm the youngest as well, and I checked my dad on that. And then what the fuck I was getting to, but he set that standard of love that someone should provide for his daughter. You feel what I'm saying? And I told my dad that too, like, yo, this nigga is a good father. I feel like every man, if you have a daughter especially, you need to call her, because if a nigga see another man caring for the woman that they care for, it's like, damn, just like when we see Players Club, Diamond was a stripper. Jamie didn't try her one time. That nigga let him know, I don't give a fuck what position my daughter in, I'll pop your ass for this bit regardless. I don't care what she doing. I love and respect this woman no matter the position.
You like the Players Club?
Yeah, I love the play. That's one of my favorite movies.
Yo, somebody, you got some weed? You rolled up already?
I got some weed in my pocket.
Just roll it up. Go ahead, roll it up.
I can roll
smoke right now. Please.
I can smoke right now.
Yeah, because I could tell you need to get back high. You talk too much.
Yeah, and I'm drunk too.
Don't listen to him.
But no, for real. Like, as a man, let me listen. I'm gonna talk to the fathers first. If you have a daughter, please call your daughter every day.
I love it.
You know what I mean? Check in on her. And as a woman, that just even, you know what I mean? It instills something. It makes a woman feel amazing. When my dad called me and checks in every day, I be like, damn. You know what I mean?
I'm just gonna start doing that.
Do that every day. Check. Even if she call her. Let that nigga know. Yeah, I'm checking on my daughter every day.
I wanna end this segment, this part of the segment. Roll up right now.
Yeah, okay.
Pass it over here.
He said, "Pat, nigga,
What?
you don't never come with no weed neither."
Oh, my Rello's over
I
there.
already explained why I don't smoke on the show.
You can throw me
The black backwoods is up there. Make sure you give her a dark one.
And you got a little ashtray on.
Yup, those are backwoods.
And
Shit
then,
like this. A little ashtray and a lighter. To the homeboy that wrote this letter, I know that you're sitting here like, well,
what do I do?
I will say this, bro. I'm gonna look into your story a little bit deeper than what you may expect me to look into. I think you need to go to therapy.
Yes.
You are ruminating on a lot of the things that happened to you growing up, and those things are coming up in the way that you react and respond and relate to the people around you, including your father. The fact that you remember throwing a sandwich, and that's part of your story.
No, for real.
The fact that you know, it's all of the beef with your aunt and your cousins, bro. These are how you're relating to life. Like, this is stuff that's present in the way that you show up in life. You need to learn how to deal with these experiences and put them behind you, right? Because if they're not behind you, they're either with you today or they're in front of you with how you deal with somebody else. So they're always there. They're either right beside you or they're in front of you, and they're getting in the way with clear communication. Your father, you already know that's who he is. At this point in your life, I don't even think that you have the power to change who he is. But I can say you want a relationship with that person. So now you got to think about how to relate with that person. sometimes when I have a person that I realize I know they not going to change, I just accept them for who they are, and I deal with them on that basis. I say, I know when it's going left. Right around the time when I know the history of this is where it's going to go left, I exit. All right, talk to you later. Bye. Boop, I'm gone. We had the interaction that I needed. I slipped out the side door. That's it. I get better and better at it every time because I'm not trying to trigger them and I'm not trying to trigger myself. I know you got to go get your daughter in a second. I know. I'm paying attention to that. But deal with your shit first because very often, and in these things, it looks like your dad was having a reaction to something else, and somehow you and him got into it. Mm-hmm. That means his behavior triggered you, even if it wasn't coming at you. Mm-hmm. That shit is deep in you. Deal with that on your own, over here, with the lady. Get through that. Do that work on yourself because you don't even know how that shit is triggering other relationships in your life. This shit ain't, the shit that's in us be fucking us up so much. Listen. We be projecting that shit onto our friends, our kids, our partners, everybody. And that shit, mommy issues. You know how many times you heard mommy issues or daddy issues? That ain't just with daddy or just with mommy. You're putting that on everybody around you. You my nigga, you heard? So if I was you and I was better than me, because it's hard for me to do it, but since you coming to me and you asking about my experience, I can tell you what I do as I do, not do as I say, not as I do. Go get some therapy. Make sure you speak on those things. Make sure those things are prevalent in the conversations that you have with your therapist because they cut them shits off at 59 minutes and 59 seconds. They don't play about that shit. But make sure you start working on that shit from the door and just accept your father for who the fuck he is. Yeah. You want to be in his life, accept him for who the fuck he is. Yeah. And that's that. That's that.
Well said, brother.
Yes.
You heard? Why I gotta say you heard after all of that?
You heard?
Honestly, I learned a lot from what you just said, man. Yeah. One thing I realized that's super important is like we talk about therapy a lot, and I did like maybe a year and some change of like couples therapy, which was dope. I don't take anything away from it. But what about all the other important relationships in my life?
Yeah.
And I need, and honestly, I need to find a therapist again, just to navigate all the other important relationships in my life. And it's hard, it's difficult. There's a lot of other people that you love other than your spouse. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And those relationships are complicated, including your parents, including your kids. And you just need somebody to talk to sometimes, man. Unpack all this shit. Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah. Somebody that has the tools to take that information
Super
in.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people hear your story and they put their shit on top of your story and leave you walking away with some other shit that you ain't even have to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So be careful about who you share with because you're going to walk away with whatever they're sharing back with you.
Facts.
Trav has given us so much. We're going to give all of these topics 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 minutes would give us. We're going to give all of these shits 5 minutes apiece. I'm going to put a timer on. We're going to give each one of these, because Trav has done that much work and he deserves recognition for what he's done. One of them, the categories is all over the place. I'm going to start this fucking timer. Matter of fact, who's in the chat that wants to help me be my timer? Somebody say yes, me. We're going to start right now. Start your stopwatch. We're going to do 5-minute segments going forward. Who's there? Anybody? Melly's busy. Trav, start the timer. Categories all over the place. The title is Treat Men Like Dogs. The caption is, should a man have to ask his woman to cater to his needs? Should a man have to ask his woman to cater to his needs?
As your husband or your man, why would I ask for sex or ask to be cooked food or ask for affection or ask anything when the dog ain't asked for a motherfucking thing? But the dog get groomed, the dog get fed, the dog get affection. Now unless the dog talking when I leave this motherfucker, the dog ain't asked you for shit. So why would me as your husband or your man have to ask for anything that I need? I'm not asking for shit. If you know what that dog need and that dog ain't asked you for a motherfucking thing, but you don't know what I need, and I have to ask, I'll take care of it myself. And don't get mad when I take care of it my goddamn self. Shit.
I like that.
I like that too.
Do y'all agree that women tend to take more care or responsibility? Is like, yo, you take care of the kids, you take care of your dog, but me, I'm held to a different standard. I'm supposed to be on my own, and as to whatever you feel like giving me.
I
Am I
agree.
not part of this relationship?
I agree like 90% of the way. The other 10% is something that I'm trying to get better at and learn, and that's communication.
She needed that weed, child. You see the way nigga, she leaned back.
So good.
That was some crack right there. That was a first hit of crack. You've been hustling for fucking pennies
Hey, Melly,
all
don't
day.
you edit this shit. See, you got me dropping shit talking about. Don't you edit this shit, made me go zoom in on the.
Nah. Yeah. Go ahead, get it. Yeah, do your thing. Go ahead, Tron.
Yeah, the other part of that is that the communication part, especially when it comes to sex, and you probably know better than anybody doing hard or soft, is communicating your sexual needs to your partner is important. And you don't never, like, a lot of times, especially in relationships, in a marriage, y'all got kids, like, life just takes over your responsibilities. Sometimes you got to communicate your needs, the things that you would want your partner to just automatically know, like, yo, this nigga needs to be taken care of.
So you're putting this on him, kind of.
I'm saying 90% I'm with him, 10% I'm understanding, like, nah, it's okay to communicate your sexual desires to your partner, especially somebody you've been with for a long time.
Sonny, we got about a minute, 90 seconds left, 80 seconds left.
All right, I feel what he's saying with that, because it's another clip with a woman saying, "A man, you can go to work and fake be happy there. Why can't you come home and fake be happy for me? You smelling that white man face all day. When you come home, you mad." So, is it? Do you want people to act? You know what I mean? But I think people do kind of need to be reminded. Like, you, as a woman, you got to feed, you got to nurture things, which is including with feeding and taking care of. But it's just like you said, sometimes you get caught up in your own shit so much, and it's just like, I don't even feel like I can't think about what you got going on. I got a million things going on. That's why Black people created Give It to God. Some things we have to know when to give it to God so we can continue to give it to our partner.
But what he said is, if you don't do it, if you don't take care of it, I'm going to take care of it. Do you really want your partner to kind of X you out the necessity conversation? Like, yo, you know what? She ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna take care of it myself. Isn't that the beginning of a split?
Unless it's like, all right, if she don't feel like doing it, I'm finna just go handle it real quick. Rub it out, DJ it out real quick. That's cool. It happens. Sometimes your partner is not always be in the mood to pleasure you sexually if you're talking about in that way. But you know what I mean? Sometimes, that's why I say you have to give each other grace, man. We are all humans, and it's so much shit that the world is throwing at us that sometimes we don't even communicate with our partner when it happens. You know what I mean? We handle something depending on what type of person you are. Like, I'm not a problem person. I like to come with people with solutions versus be like, man, guess what happened? I got this guy in the temple. Like, man, I got a ticket I paid for, but man, that shit stressed me out. That's the type of person I am. I mean,
we go around the circle. Go ahead.
It's like asking for head. I don't want to ask for head because I like the fact that you want to give me head, right? Without me having to ask for it, right? It kind of takes something away from it if I got to ask for it.
Yeah.
But I'm also big, and so I understand what he's saying. But if the alternative is I'm going to step out on my lady, now you really got to think about it. Now you really got to be like, all right, I don't like asking for it, but we got to communicate because the alternative of stepping out on her, that's not a good alternative either.
That's not.
Now, if you mention it, if y'all communicate and you talk about your desires and she's not receptive, then that's a whole nother issue. But at least give her the opportunity.
I'll cheat on you before I ask for head.
You would?
Yeah.
You a cheater?
No.
But you just say you'll cheat on him before asking.
Before I ask for head, I don't want a chick that don't want to suck my dick.
I feel like any girl that get what you should know what the fuck she getting into. Head.
You don't want to? So I gotta ask.
Yeah.
Like, And then at the end of the day, is cheating really that bad? It's like, yo,
That's what I be thinking that too. Like,
hold on, because I value you for all of this other shit in your life. Oh, God damn. Last words. I value you for all this other shit in my life. All right, I just want to get some head real quick. This is not what you like. Somebody else does want to do it. I might go over there. Next topic. That was bad. Tahoe was in his bag today. Category is all over the place, and the title is it oppressive? The caption is the term African American oppressive? Wow.
When Negro wasn't a slur.
Can I just ask a question about the African American? Like, do we really need to put, like, I think we know where you guys are from. Okay, how can we have another term that's not Negro? It's like, oh, what about African American? It's just like, you don't need to say that a black person has roots in Africa, because there's one place in the world where black people come from, Africa. So I don't think you need to go African American. Like, it's already self-explanatory. We can see, we know.
What's interesting is that some people would say what you just did is a form of white supremacy, and I'll tell you why.
No, it's because you haven't paid attention for the last 10 minutes, and it's driving me crazy. I'm making the argument.
Yes, but
No, you're not listening, and it's starting to fucking drive me crazy. The oppressive term, okay? African American is in some ways oppressive because it acts as if the black people that are in America, right, aren't just Americans. They're from Africa, Asian Americans, African Americans. Why is it the white people just get to be American and then all these other people are Mexican American, Asian American, whatever? Okay? What I'm saying is...
They do say white American.
Oh my God, you're not listening again. So that's fine. Nobody says white American. The reason why it's oppressive is because white people just get to be American and everybody else gets to be this word American.
But Negro wasn't a slur.
Can I just ask a question about the African American? Like, do we really need to put, like, I think we know where you guys are from. Okay, how can we have another term that's not Negro? It's like, oh, what about African American? It's just like, you don't need to say that a black person has roots in Africa. Because
you wonder why I needed to play that more? Because the beginning sounded so fucked up.
Yeah.
The beginning of that term, that's Andrew Shultz from Andrew Shultz?
Yeah.
From the Brilliant Idiots podcast with Charlamagne. When he first, and he's been so good at toting the line, not being like a piece of shit white guy. Mm-hmm. He's been so good at it that when I first, and he's got the Hitler mustache. It's like, not Hitler, but it's like a good gross extension of it right now. Like, bro, I don't know what's going on over there. Mm-hmm. That ain't it. Yeah. Man, Drew. That ain't it. But I'm somewhat of a fan of him. I have nothing bad to say about him. So when I heard that clip just now, I'm like, is this his time? Mm-hmm. Is it time for him to get canceled? Is he coming out the closet? Like, what the fuck? Yeah. But towards the end, what do y'all think? Is it making sense?
So for one, it's not just what he's saying, it's his tone. I don't like his tone of voice. Like, ease up a little bit. That's for one. And I fuck with him normally, right? What he's missing, and he probably will always miss this because he's a white man, is that African Americans, it's not like a term that white people gave us and it's oppressive. It's the feeling that, yeah, America, me being, the label American is missing something. I'm not American 100% because America don't love me. And that's the narrative that's missing. The reason why black Americans had to come up with another term is because America never loved us. So we can't claim America. When we see the red, white, and blue, when we see the flag, it don't mean the same shit to us that it mean to y'all. So don't get mad at me for not being hype about it. Like, I'm American, but I'm African American. You understand? So he's missing that part of it. And I feel like his tone is like real arrogant in his conversation, but he don't understand because he's not black.
Sonny, what do you think?
White man found a YouTube video and started to say it on his podcast.
I kind of feel like I've always had an issue with labels, especially with the way that there's social issues that we have, classism, racism, things like that. We find ways to put people in the box, and it's very easy to, once you have a label for them, to say, okay, they belong here, or this is the way I feel about them, or they're supposed to act like this. So Trom, I would tend to disagree with you. Mm-hmm. I think that when a person has done enough work or feels like connected to a certain people, the arrogance is more like they feel connected to you. So he, to me, sounds like he's trying to shield. He's trying to be like, yo, I'm on y'all side. And he's trying to speak to white people, not against us. Where I can understand where you may feel like, all right, bro, relax. This is our fight. This is not yours. You're not going to go through that with us. But for me, it sounds like he's like saying like, yo, we white people don't own this. We all own this. Right. Why do we get to own it in this way where we are the only true Americans when everybody else, this country wouldn't be America without these other cultures? I think that's what
I get what he was trying to do. And I don't think he was trying to say anything offensive to us. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I just don't think that he understands why American isn't the label that we want to claim.
But everybody doesn't agree with you though. Some people would say in the African American community, like, yo, stop holding on to African American. You are American. When they telling you you don't have culture, understand that your culture helped build and define the way most people in this country live today. Go ahead, son.
I would say this because my dad is a high yellow, light skinned man, and he always get asked like, "What are you? What are you?" So from his perspective, it's like, "Why do you want to know what I am? I am American." He's like, "Why do you want to know what I am so you can try to figure out how you want to treat me?" Because it's like you don't know. Looking at him. He could be white, he could be nigga, he could be a lot of things. You feel what I'm saying? But he a light-skinned black man. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean? So his thing, I'm American, so what's up? You feel me? Mm-hmm. And it's in it, and when you go to other countries, we are American. You know what I mean? Let's be real. And in America, we are American. Let's be real. When we go to Africa, we go to Jamaica, we going over there as an American, having a Jamaican experience. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, yes, we are American in a lot of ways. And I think, because I have a lot of problems with putting labels on things. And I'm like working with my homie, Jamie Cornelia, shout out to her, to like build a brand Bible. And it's certain things, she's like, you have to, it's just like saying, okay, that's a shirt. When people's like, I don't like to put label on things. That's a shirt. You know what I mean? But I need to know that shirt is a large for me to fit it. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? You have to place things so you know where you need, you know what I mean? It's important.
But that can also become a cage. Where you place it can also become a cell for you and your freedom.
True. But it's all how you look at it. Like I said, when you go anywhere else, so we see the tourist side of things, but these cultures are very intense. It was a video that went viral, of a Muslim woman that was shown, she on her TikTok, she was twerking without her hijab on. So I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And her brother physically assaulted her to the point she's unrecognizable. And over there, he's looked at as a king, as a savior, because he did and what's right in their culture. And I think that was brought up from the girl that went viral with who said that man attacked her, and then they found out it was an allergic reaction and stuff like.
Sorry.
That was aggressive.
When time's up, it's up.
You can finish your thought.
Yeah, but I don't even know. When the time's up, it's up, baby. What's next?
Final thought. I would say be careful about the labels that you hold on to. Other people will use that to entrap you. To like really control you. I don't know. I really don't know where right and wrong is in this conversation, but the category is all over the place, and the title is female. The caption reads
woman.
Yes, ma'am. Female.
Well, we're talking about all.
We don't
variety.
know whether this could be about donkeys. I don't know.
It could be. All right, let's see. You're right.
You was ready. You ready.
I got it. Look, that was familiar earlier when she called out.
And the caption is, why is using the term female derogatory?
Ooh.
personally don't think it's derogatory, but
What's the word?
a certain community has said that it is derogatory, so I will oblige and continue to phase it out of my vocabulary.
What is the word?
It starts with an fee and ends with a male.
That term is not necessarily derogatory. It just depends on the context.
I feel, okay, let me state my point here, okay?
How you feel, Amir.
I feel like every context I've used it in has been appropriate, okay? Yet every time I say it, I get side eyes from every woman in the room.
You know what it is? It's whenever men feel like they can speak on a woman's experience and they choose to use the term females when they're generalizing.
Personally don't think it's derogatory, but
what's the word?
a certain community has said that it is derogatory.
I have a question. When did it become a
Melly's
thing?
not feeling it.
No, I'm saying when did it become a? Because until
Maybe
today.
2 years ago. Maybe 2 years ago.
Okay, because until today, I did not know that it was a
It
thing.
started maybe 2 years ago on Twitter. We saw the female uprising.
So I knew it was a thing, but nobody explained it like how Sonny explained it very easily. And
Why?
Because I never understood why it was derogatory. But it makes sense. Like, female is not even like species specific.
Why does it matter? If I'm
Because
talking to
it
you, I'm not talking about a goat.
But when you're talking about general,
like what are we talking about?
But it's like the difference between male and men. Like, a man is different than a male. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
But isn't that in context the way it's used?
Exactly.
So if I'm like, I'm not taking advice from a female. The context is there that you can understand that it's being derogatory. But it's like, there was a female speaking. You can't give it context unless it's like it was a female speaking and she spoke really great words. Like if I say that, is it still?
Yes, still like oof.
Is there any way
It's
because now I'm speaking a lot of times and I don't know when I can use the word female. Is it never? Because sometimes that's the only word that Hey, from a free person, from a person that's saying I'm free, I can do whatever the fuck I want. You're not gonna build a cage around the way I can use.
I told you I'm a lot of things. I'm speaking
fair.
as a black woman. I'm speaking for a lot of communities.
Yeah. And you can violate each and every if you want to because you're part of it.
No. We all need to, correct that. Because even I'll be like, they be like female rapper, but then woman rapper sound crazy too. So it's like, because it's like already, but does it sound crazy because it's normalized? You know what I mean? Like
a woman rapper,
woman of rap. We will have to change it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We'll have to add a I in there. That's because weird. Female, like I say, when a white man is killed on the news, it's a white man. Let's start paying attention to the media. It all goes back to what? White man government. It all goes back
white
there.
Man.
It all goes back to that because it's like it's all part of the plan to keep us. Because this is just an American conversation we have, and that's how I know we all motherfucking Americans. It's American ass conversation. You think this shit over there, man and woman, has been established? This shit is the land of the free. Nothing has been established, so now niggas looking at each other like, what are you, nigga? Well, what the fuck you in, nigga? I don't know what the fuck going on, nigga. Shit, I'm just trying to keep this shit together. I got mental health. It's a lot going on over here. You feel what I'm saying? No, for real. America is crazy, and we all just, is
it not about context? And if it is, do we need to lay off the female and lay on the context? Because like you said, there's no derogatory connotation to female rapper. We know that's just the way that we're speaking about the person rapping. But if you're talking about, hey, there was a female speaking, then there's a certain applied connotation there that can be taken anyway. And you could have said there was a lady speaking, there was a woman speaking, that you could replace that with. But is it female or is it context?
I would just want to do more. Personally, I would want to do more research because I haven't. With each word, there's so much power in them and the startup of them. I would want to dive deeper in, like feminism and everything. What does it all before I even fully speak my opinion on it and not sound ignorant?
What's worse?
What?
You female? Like what?
Just say woman. When you
I was out with a group with a bunch of bitches.
I was out. Oh, females.
I was out.
You ignorant. Fuck you. Where the bell? Give me the bell.
With a group of females.
With a bunch of females.
Shut
What's worse? Please tell me. Somebody give me. What's worse?
Bitches.
I was out with some bitches. I was out with some females. What's worse?
Bitches. Now you saying they dogs.
What
At
is
least.
it?
But
What is it
how
like
come?
being called bitches?
So why is it okay to like refer to yourself as a bitch? Like, I'm a bad bitch, but it's a bad word. But now we can't even use female for nothing, no type of context. Like,
only
Okay, and it's a bad word for a white man to say nigga. So it's all look. How deep we gonna go? Cause I'll switch out the glasses.
Like-
The yellow tint gonna turn
Smoke.
clear.
She ready to go into her blue pill shit.
You feel what I'm saying? Look, I'm Gemini. It's a lot of sides to this. So I understand
Let's go.
everything. But
You only got 20 seconds.
You know what I mean?
You got 20
with me,
seconds.
man.
Hey, we on a timer. What the hell?
Ding, ding, ding.
You ain't say shit. You was just about to dive deep, and then you just lay back. Fucking weed, bro.
Me neither, D.
Listen, man,
Me
I'm
neither.
Let's move forward. I will say that some women don't mind being. Most of my bitches don't mind being called bitches. It's
See, some people do.
It's the women that don't like it.
See, some people do. Like for
It's
me,
the black women that don't like it.
I
The
feel like
black women
bitch.
be like, don't talk to me like that. I was like, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about the bitches.
See, I feel like bitch is a bad word because I know growing up it's like bitch it's a
Right,
bad
it's a real
word.
black woman.
So when people start using it as something like good, I start looking at it like weird, like what? And so now they're saying that female is something like rude. It's just so like people are just coming up
She
with
had
things.
to check to make sure that time came.
People are just coming up
She's
with
like,
things,
oh,
and I
he's trying
think
to
it's
cut me
just
off.
it's weird.
You think that people are just coming up with the female?
Yeah,
thing?
because you said it was like 2 years ago. Do you know how long people have been using female, and now all of a sudden it's a bad
Just
thing?
real quick, I don't think it's a bad word
But that's what they're saying.
But I think there could be a better word. That's what they're saying. So if there's a better alternative out there, then hey, let's do it.
So wait, y'all can't say you. So if they say bitch is bad, if I call you a bitch, I don't like you. That's you. I could be like, that's my bitch.
You see, I hate that
I'ma
word.
keep
Don't
it
call
real
me a
with you.
bitch.
Well, you're not my bitch.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like it's
you are
really
kind of
a
my
bad
bitch,
word.
though. With all due respect,
Respectfully.
respectfully. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't he your nigga?
You know what I mean?
That's your nigga?
See, but
Sometimes,
see, and the
right?
nigga is a thing.
See?
But female,
See?
but
Context.
female never
Context.
had a negative
Context.
Then
connotation
it's back
to
to the
it.
double standard.
Nigga never
Again,
did?
such an American
Female.
conversation.
Female never had a negative
I would never
connotation.
say you're my female.
But that's what I'm saying. No, I'm
you're
not
my
saying.
woman.
But that's the thing. Just saying it in a different way, like you female, like we never took it as a negative thing.
You female? Yes, you did.
What? Who?
I would if somebody was like, I'm not taking direction from a female. There's several layers of disrespect
It's-
that you would take from that.
But that's just saying I'm not taking no direction from a lady, from a woman. It's the same thing.
A woman is one thing. A female, you might not even get the underlying disrespect.
Where
that's
does
in
this
that.
underlying thing come from? Where does it come from?
From the fact that you just reduced me to the fact that I just have a vagina and titties. Like it's I don't know. There's something there that's a difference. There's something that's a difference.
Weird.
Okay, fine. But let it be known on the record. I like to call my bitches bitches. If that's my bitch. I would not call her a bitch if I don't fuck with her. I'm lying. The category is all over the place. Sonny is like, yo, I'm never coming back on this show again.
Yeah, you know I'm gonna be
The
back.
title, Weird or a Trap. Shut up, Julius. You have to deal with your name alone. Nobody have to worry about calling you anything else. Your name is Julius.
What was the topic? Say it again.
Weird or a trap. And the caption is, what would you do in this situation? I don't know what the situation is. I'm pressing the button now. Let's go.
You said what?
Can you watch me put my gas? Like, come outside.
You straight? There's somebody out
No,
there.
I'm not. I don't know. I'm scared. That's the thing.
You scared?
Yeah, I'm scared.
All right, hold on. This situation, a young lady walks into a gas station and she asks the person behind the counter to please come outside and watch her pump her gas. And she's basically saying, I'm scared. So could you know what I'm saying, provide some sort. She's asking the guy behind the counter if he would come out and help pump her gas. So just to give you some context beforehand as to what's going on. Let's see.
I'm scared. I never put my gas at night, and I gotta put my gas because I gotta get up early in the morning.
I did ask?
Dead ass, I'm scared. I'm a woman. I'm dead ass. I'm wearing shorts.
Okay, come to this pump.
You're gonna come out.
Nah, he good. He good.
Are you sure about that?
Get in your car. I'm get in your car and pull up to this one. I got you.
Okay. You're gonna walk outside?
Yo, how old are you for one?
I'm 18 years old.
You're 18?
Yes.
Okay. And that's your car? And you want me to watch you? Pump.
Yes. I want you to be outside.
Okay, it's not like you trying to lie to me. I ain't gonna lie, like, cause like it's 2023. But
I'm not gonna like do anything to you. I'm not sex trafficking. I'm just like genuinely.
oh no, you're not carrying that thing with me. You know, I walk like this. I walk like this or something. I walk like this, like with a.
What do y'all think?
Wait, what happened at the end? What was he saying?
He's saying that he got.
How the fuck?
Scrapped.
Yo, don't ever smoke weed while we're recording again. What the fuck?
I'm the furthest person away from you. I didn't see what he,
towards
Yeah,
the end,
what he did.
You can't really-
I couldn't understand what he was saying. Too.
You
Like,
smoking too.
There's a video that
This
shows
nigga is mumbling at the end and then
Yeah.
cuts off. And I'm supposed to just
So
grasp it.
basically, he's like, yo, okay, he's trying to define the situation. She's like, can you just come outside? And he's like, how old are you? She's like, I'm 18. And he's like, all right, and so you want me to come outside and watch you put? So he's like kind of bewildered by it. So then he's like, all right, come on the other side. Drive your car on this side of the lot, which is probably the safer side.
Or where I can
and I
see
got you. And she's like, yes, but I want you to come outside and watch it. And he's like, sounds like you're trying to line me. Sounds like you're trying to rob me. And she's like, I'm not trying to rob you. I'm a girl.
I'm scared.
I'm scared. I've never come to the gas station at night before. I'm not a sex trafficker. And he was like, oh, I ain't worried about that. And he grips his gun. He's like, I got the gun on me. I got the grip on me. Like, I ain't worried about all that. And she's like, okay, well, can you, come? So he's kind of making a joke out of the whole thing. But who knows whether this is real or a skit. I don't know. But
it's a skit.
You're pretty sure.
It's a skit. Look at the angle it's shot from.
Skit or not, I'm fucking with
true.
dude. I understand where he's coming
Right.
from.
You do?
Yeah, I didn't understand the angle when he was like, because I didn't hear when he was suggesting that she trying to line him up. That make a lot of sense. Like, listen, here's the thing: if I'm working and I have to man the register, you can't expect to pull up at the gas station late at night and I'm gonna leave the register because you're a young lady. Obviously, I want my young ladies to be safe, but you're pulling up to a gas station in the middle of the night. Like, maybe you shouldn't be getting gas now. Maybe you should have managed your
Time better.
Yeah, something to get it during the daytime, or if you have enough, wait till the morning. But I can't just leave the register for every damsel in distress. This is my job. I have to be behind the register. On top of the fact that he's now thinking that he might be getting lined up to get robbed. I didn't even think that angle.
Yeah, I ain't
So I'm like, that angle
He's
makes
smart.
even more sense. I'm like, yeah, this nigga's like, yo, pull up a little bit closer so I can see you from where I'm at.
Yeah.
And the fact that she said, come
That's
outside.
what I could do for you. But you trying to get me to come outside and leave the register, you might be lining me up. Like, that's not safe for me now. What you got me out here doing?
Sonny, you agree?
I understand both sides. She's scared. I understand.
So
like,
get off the fence, Sonny. You gotta be on one side. The fence is electrocuted. It's electrified.
He
You
said,
gotta go on
he
one
said
side.
pull up, he got the strap. Anything happened. All right.
He said that to
pull up.
defend himself if she was trying to get him lying, not if anything happens to her.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Girl, get your gas in the daytime. Like, for real. Honestly, as a woman, when you get older, because she young, that's some young girl shit, though. Like, most women know, like, get their shit in the daytime. I even get mine in the daytime. You know what I mean? So I feel it being scared because sometimes I done got carjacked at the gas pump at night. So I feel her. Yes.
Damn.
I feel her. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel what you're saying. I don't get gas at night. Since then, I don't do all that. You feel what I'm saying? I make sure I get in the
Nigga
daytime.
stole the whole car?
Whole car. Whole whip.
Where?
In Atlanta, my hometown, right up the street from where I grew up.
Of course, it's
You know what I
Atlanta.
mean? Young niggas, but young niggas gonna do what young niggas do. You feel what I'm saying? That's what they little job. That's what
So
they
you
do.
just stood there with the pump in your hand, like, wow.
I was with my girl. They seen two little gay bitches. That was vulnerable moment. I was playing around. I'm always playing, so I was playing around. This ain't no little nigga can't do nothing. Hey, give me the key. He had a dog in the whip. I'm like, nah. I done got pulled out on a gun a couple times. I be like, nah, you tripping? You playing? Every time they be like, and then the nigga said, "Hey man, you got 3 seconds." I said, "I looked at y'all to get one of my whip." I said, "Hey man, this his keys. This nigga 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Man, here you go. Took the whip.
Did he take the dog?
The dog was in the dog. Dog jumped out, or they threw the dog out, or some shit like that. I
Nigga
can't
threw
remember.
the dog out.
Got the dog. But I think her phone was
was
still left in the whip, so they was able to see where the car was at. They just ran through it real quick one night, took it to a park, ran through it. Our shit was thrown out. That's it. You know what I mean? Bitches.
And you went and got the key. Went back and got the car.
Yeah, but we had got the car. But yeah, so I feel it being scared. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel what you're saying. He do has a job, and and if depending on the neighborhood, that do sound like a little because if something do happen, he got to answer to the other niggas. Like, was you in on? It's just a lot going on with that whole situation. And who is this random nigga that they show riding on the bike? Girl, how much gas you got? Go to another gas station that's not as hot. I don't know, but you cannot. I mean, so. Pull up to the other gas station, like he said. Pull up to the other pump.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I understand both sides as well. Shorty, I'm not leaving the store.
Registered.
Yeah.
I'll come out from around the register and come to the door. But now I'm gripping up.
I probably won't even do that.
I'm probably gripping up at the door.
Yeah.
And now, just understand, my
That's
grip is out.
Scary.
I'm watching you, but I'm watching the other door too, because them type of
they have
gas
two
stations
doors
two
sometimes.
entrances. So
Exactly.
I'm standing here, I'm watching you, I'm watching the other door, and I have the grip out. So now this is turning into a life or death situation. I don't know what you niggas trying to do. Y'all trying to get some airheads and some fucking, you know what I mean, some beer and a couple of dollars or whatever. But this is turning into a life or death situation for everybody here.
Right.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm not going outside. I'm also not going to let Shorty, for whatever reason, because it be 20 niggas at them gas stations.
Yeah.
It be 20 niggas at them
Get
gas
back in your
stations.
car and leave.
And I've seen them niggas surround chicks trying to go from the gas station to the register.
Damn.
On some drunk shit, especially Friday, Saturday night. Them niggas is out, they chilling. For whatever reason, the gas station is the hangout spot. These niggas is hustling. And these niggas off they deem, so they drunk and high or whatever was going on. But I'm not leaving. I'm not going outside the spot. And the only reason I'm going to say that is because of what y'all said. Because before that, I would have said, no, I'll go outside. I'll watch you, shorty. It's all good. But I wasn't really thinking about the fact that the line is really a real situation, especially in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Especially in them southern states.
Girl,
Even
they
in
gonna send
LA, the
girl in.
Bay.
Everybody go to send the girl in.
But the crazy thing is the fact that he said, come around because I can still see you. And she was like, no, I want you to come outside. And that's when I was like, this is a setup. And that random bite, it sounded like he looked like he was in a movie or some shit. It's like, what? But he was like, no, he cool. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is it just sounded like a skit.
The Bay, I'm going to tell you right now, be careful going to the Bay, bro. And I always wanted to go to the Bay. And I went out there. Nigga, them niggas robbing everything moving, bro. Shout out to them, but they robbing everything moving, bro. You cannot park your car, bro. Don't get out your car and don't have nothing in that motherfucker. They will break your window. Broad daylight. It be 3 niggas robbing one ass car for a laptop.
Crazy.
Them niggas taking your car charger. Like what?
It's legitimate
These niggas
business.
taking something. They leaving here with something.
It's legitimate business.
The title is, I guess Trav left because I feel like we was over 5 minutes. Trav must have fell asleep. The title is A Whore. This is crazy.
A whore.
Yeah, because Trav, what the fuck? I feel like he wanted this. Like, a whore is a whore. That's the name, that's the title? A whore is a whore? The caption is, can a man be a whore just as equally as a woman can? Let's go.
So, like, if you're a guy with 100 body count or you're a female with 100 body count, you're still a whore.
I don't believe a man can be a whore. Men are
Why
whore
not?
makers.
No, why can't a man be a whore?
So let me ask you a question. Me and you playing Mortal Kombat. I'm playing it on hard mode, but I beat the game. You play it on easy mode, and you beat the game. Who has more respect out of the two of us?
I mean, you obviously.
Because I played it on hard mode, right? So that's the difference between men and women. Men play sex on hard mode. Women play sex on easy mode. It's not respectful. We don't respect you, right? So therefore, we call them whores. A man has sex with 3 women. It was hard to do. You got to put in that work to get that. And I'll take it a step further, right? Think about in society, all the jobs that build the infrastructure in America pays more. STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. Those 4 industries pay the most because they literally build the infrastructure of the society. Now think about a bartender or someone working at a call center. They don't get paid that much, but the person that is building something, an architect, an engineer, those people get paid a whole lot more. Their salaries are just higher because the harder something is, the more respect you get, which means it's more monetary gain. The easier something is, you don't get a lot of respect. The janitors, they don't get paid that much. The principal, he gets paid the whole lot. Maybe the janitor even does more work than the principal, but it takes more competence to be a principal than it does to be a janitor. So it's a competence level as well. So there's multiple factors, multiple ways I could break it down, which a woman is a whore, a man is a whore maker.
What the fuck?
What are y'all thinking?
Oh,
nigga, you a whore.
He's actually making some sense.
Oh, Lord
He
Jesus.
is strong, huh?
He is. Hey, you know, can't say I disagree with him.
You don't have anything else that's
No, why do you agree?
I know. Why do you agree?
Why do I agree? It's like the saying, a good key will open any lock, but a bad lock will allow any key to open it, right? Mm-hmm. So understanding that and the man and woman dynamic when it comes to sex, it's like, yeah, I understand what he's saying in that quote. He's like, it's easier for a woman to have sex or have multiple sex partners. So if a woman has multiple sex partners, they're not judged in the same way as a man, because a man is like, oh shit, this nigga, like, yo, pat on the back, like, good job. Mm-hmm. It's hard to do. You actually had to have a certain level of charisma or something to make that happen. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's what he's saying.
So you make whores. Go ahead, son.
I hate them and that whole podcast. I'm not gonna have anything positive to say, and I just hit their blunt. So I don't even give a fuck about him or his opinion.
Nah, come on, nigga, wake up. Come
no,
the fuck
all right,
outside.
That was your fault.
I do hate that podcast. However,
we talking about women having sex with multiple people, being whores versus men having sex with multiple people.
Them
Are they
niggas
whores?
is tricks. That's what it is.
I'm gonna skip Sunny's answer right now. She high as a kite.
Fuck them niggas. No, seriously.
She ain't even drinking her drink no more, so we know she's reached her capacity.
No, fuck them niggas. Hey, city girls up. You feel what I'm saying? That nigga.
I personally think that nigga comes from the place, that logic comes from the place that nigga ain't getting no bitches. Because a nigga that got enough bitches is gonna have to learn how to have some type of discipline. You're gonna be a whore one way or the other. Like, if you're gonna be a whore, as if I have access and I choose to take all the access, you're not using no sense of discipline. You're just doing whatever. And I can tell that from my experiences lately, since I broke up, doing a lot, and I had to really check myself, like, yo, you spreading yourself too thin. Like, nigga, where's your value? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of better than that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just a nigga that's just supposed to be in every block, every corner, riding every car. Like, nigga, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so I start checking myself, like, yo, you're that's not who you are. And it actually at some point started feeling slutty. Like, I'm like, yo, you a slut. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Self-value.
Yes.
Self-worth.
Yes.
Regardless of whether I had access or I could get it or not. Nigga, how many times do you say no? Like, what are you basing your life around? You know what I'm saying? And so if a nigga ain't getting no bitches, yeah, he gonna look at other nigga that could give, like, oh yeah, I'll champion that. But if a nigga could get bitches and he don't decide to take all of them, now you showing certain type of self-worth, self-value that puts you on a higher level. You always talking about higher, what'd you say, higher quality, nigga? What'd you say? What's the word you using? Higher quality, whatever, higher value, ass nigga. Bitches is held by that same thing because they can get it, but it's about your choices that you make. Like, yo, do I want to fuck this nigga, that nigga, this, that, whatever, right? Niggas that get bitches gonna have to do the same thing. or you just a hoe ass nigga. And niggas that can't get no bitches aspire to be that way. And so they make shit up like that to hold women down and to put women up to be able to put men up to be able to do the shit that they want to do, but they can't. You can't. You just ain't got the juice like that.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Y'all agree?
Yeah.
Sonny said, yeah.
I was so happy he said that. Everything I said, but I'm just lit. Everything he said,
nothing wrong with your perspective, but all I'm saying is I
understand. Try to cut it down. Ain't nothing wrong with your perspective, but
I understand what homie is saying. At the end of the day, if you got a
can niggas be whores, Tron?
Yes.
That's all.
It's not the same though.
That's it.
What he was saying in the quote in the clip that I agree with is it's not the same. If you look at a man and be like, yo, that nigga gets mad bitches, or that nigga fucks mad bitches, right? Right away, that phrase sounds like a compliment. He's probably a good-looking, attractive dude, probably got money, got something going for him. If you look at a female and be like, yo, she fucks mad niggas, that is normally woman.
You said female?
I did.
You said female. Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it isn't.
In the middle of a bad analogy.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, if you look at a lady and be like, yo, yeah, she fucks mad niggas, it's not held in the same, it's not like a compliment the same way it normally is to a man. Normally. I'm not saying that there's except social standards. I'm just he's pointing out the social standards. I'm not saying that, oh yeah, that's dope. That's the way it should be.
He's enforcing the social standards. He's not pointing it out. He's enforcing it.
Well, all I'm doing is understanding what he's saying. I'm not agreeing with it or saying that it should be the standard. But
do you think men can be whores?
Not in the same light.
Not in the same light. So because of social standards. But based on self-respect and self-value, is having sex with multiple women whorish?
Yeah, absolutely.
So then that's it in itself. And in saying that and standing on that, you negate everything that he's saying in that clip. Because, nigga, you need to have self-respect for yourself. It's almost the same thing as niggas saying, like, oh, if a bitch get pregnant, like, yo, my nigga, you supposed to be watching your sperm, too. You got to have respect for your body, too. It's not just on her.
And that's why
we're not held to that. They are.
And that's why I said everything that you said is absolutely correct. All I'm saying is I see where he's coming from.
Of course you do.
I understand his
bitches.
Angle.
You hate females.
You hate females. It's crazy.
Where the fuck
did the bell? Got me out of
computer
there.
died. I don't know why that. Look. Time. All right, I'm gonna have to read this from my thing because somehow my computer died.
Yes, it was me.
You know.
I did it.
No, you didn't take the charger off my computer.
I didn't put the charger of the other laptop, so the Zoom people, they died. And now your laptop died as well because I didn't put the charger back. Yes, it was all me.
No
Melly.
way.
I did it. Mm-hmm.
Sonny, don't worry. We out of here in a second. We're almost done.
What you mean?
Done. Do you not know what done means anymore? Are you
She's gone.
Done? I'm done. I've been
done? Let's have fun is the category, and the title is Would You Rather. The caption is 2 Would You Rather scenarios. Would you rather? I don't know what's going on here, Sonny. Just bear with me. What the fuck? Be colorblind or have no taste buds. Would you rather be colorblind or have no taste buds?
Colorblind.
Traum ain't got no taste buds, so I know he's gonna go with that. Ain't nothing but
no
fucking
taste buds?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Traum, you don't eat shit.
You bugging. I love me some good food. All types of flavor.
So color, you'd rather see everything black and white? Everything for the rest of your life. You'd rather see everything black and white.
It's like bad or worse. Neither one. It's hard to pick, but I think I'd rather be colorblind.
You'd rather be colorblind, black and white.
That which fucking sucks. But I can't taste nothing.
Yeah, I rather.
Tom, you drink water with your food.
But I eat good food though.
But you drink water with it. Like there's no taste. You don't even get wine or nothing. You just drink water with your food.
Wine? I'm drinking liquor right now.
Do you drink water with your food?
And I also drink something with some taste to it every now and again.
Like what?
Like an old fashioned.
You drink old fashioned
with whiskey? Dinner?
Yeah, that's what you drink?
Absolutely.
Great.
That's my preferred meal.
And it sucks. Old fashions are the worst tasting drink in the world. They look cool, but they suck. Sonny.
I'm gonna have to go with
no
taste buds.
Oh wow.
You rather have no taste buds?
Yeah.
Why?
Because she lives. Because her Sonny, she's yellow.
I'm yellow.
How the fuck would she pick out her colors? Go ahead, Sonny.
You feel me?
Why would you rather have no taste buds? Please explain this to us. Because I'm high. That's why.
No, just because yellow. I like color. No, I'm an artist too. You know what I mean? I just couldn't imagine. And
I like color
food
too.
is cool. Food is
Food
subjective.
is cool?
Food is subjective because it's like, what is food? You know, we got to tag on nutrition. That's really the importance. That's what we missing.
Yo, you're never smoking again on my show. You're never smoking again on my show. I'm so mad that I asked you to smoke.
I told you.
Nigga, do you see her right now?
I told you. I said why
It's
you
about
never
nutrition
smoke.
in our community. Food is, what is food? You feel what I'm saying?
Food is subjective.
You don't have to eat food to get nutrition. Nutrition is the value.
There's nuance in food.
On the back of food, it says nutritional value,
All right.
and the percentage is hard.
Let's go to the second one.
Let's look at the back of our labels, black people. Now,
Would you rather? Yo, Trav, what the fuck was you doing, bro? Yo. What the fuck is this?
No more.
Would you rather see blurry all the time?
Oh, wow. This nigga.
Yo, Trav be at work like, I'm gonna kill him with this one. Or see everything in black and white. See blurry all the time, or see everything in black and white.
Yo, I'm seeing black and white.
Black and white.
Back to
Black
the
and
other,
white,
the colorblind shit.
Yeah.
Like we seen them old videos from the 1920s. Look like they be having mad fun, yo. Lights in black and white don't look that bad. I'm like,
Yo,
fucking blurry. Imagine nigga everything all the time.
This
got
come from a
LASIK for a
motherfucker that got
reason.
LASIK. They know. Y'all know what it's like to see shit blurry all the
Like
time.
it's horrible.
yeah, it's not fun. So yeah,
So fuck color.
Fuck
yeah,
color.
in that situation,
Fuck color. Fuck color. That nigga said. Hey, write that down as the title.
for real, fuck color.
That nigga said fuck color. Write that down as the title, please. Let's move on. That was some bullshit trash. The fucking category is Let's Have Fun, and the title is Men's Version of Makeup. The caption is, would you wear these, and would women be okay with their men wearing them? I'm scared to see what this is. Because this nigga Trav was obviously drinking when he got to this part of the thingamajiggy. He did this for them. I have a feeling that Trav did this for the Discord. He's like, watch what I make Tahoe say.
He's like Ron Burgundy.
He's really like, that nigga don't be watching. He don't be reading these shits beforehand. Watch this. Would you be okay with fucking a goat?
You're fucking Ron Burgundy. That's what he's doing.
How tall are you?
All right.
Surrey sent me out here to have people try on their new shoe.
Hold on. Let me do that again because I hit the thing.
Shoes that 2.4 inches to your height. These shoes are gonna make you 5'11", taller than him.
No, ain't no way. No, take them off.
Nah. You wanna try them on? All right.
Yeah, look how chill. It looks clean as fuck. I'm matching and shit.
Okay.
Taller than you, bro.
Hey, Reno taller than me, bro.
I am.
You think this will get you more girls now?
Yeah, of course.
Where these shoes have like stilts or
How
something?
tall are you?
Like
5'10".
Got heels too.
And Surrey sent me out here to have people try on their
Platform.
new shoes that 2.4 inches to your height. These shoes are gonna make you 5'11", taller than him.
No, ain't no way.
So basically, these are shoes as men that basically have an incline. They make you taller. You start at 5'9", they give you 2.5 inches. You finish at 5'11" and change. Where I'm at. I'm actually, I swear to God, I'm taller than 5'11" and a half. And I just want people to understand that when I say that, I'm acknowledging that I'm not really 6 feet. I'm 5'11" and 5/8. I think it's a God problem. Because he just didn't want me to have so much power.
I feel you.
Can you imagine me being Tom's height? And
See,
me?
I'm 5'11" too, so
You know what
I
I'm
get
saying?
you.
But wow, you're 5'11".
Let's like level up.
I don't think so. You're taller than him.
Am I?
Yo, Melly, you're a fucking hateful fucking person. Like, why would you even say that?
I really say
out
I'm
loud?
6 feet.
You're taller than him. Stand up, Sonny.
Let's see.
And take away the height. Take away the hair.
Oh, because that gives the illusion.
I'm over you. Don't raise your head. I'm over you. I'm over you. That's 5/8 right there. Nah. You understand? That's no. Put your head back down right there. Nah, you trying to do this? I got you by 5/8. I got it by 5/8.
Yeah, it's actually the shoulders for real.
I got it by 5/8.
Why you so upright? Why you just you don't be slouching?
It's kind of tight. It's a photo finish.
Yeah. I got it by 5/8.
Don't you see he? Come
here, hold on. Come here. Come in the mirror. Come in the mirror.
I'm telling you.
Got you. Look.
I'm taller.
Why you doing this? Why you doing this? Why you leaving? Nah.
Hey y'all.
You just hate it. I'm not paying you this month.
I stand corrected. I'm 6 feet.
I was just about to give Melly a raise.
Yo,
she fucked that up.
I'm actually 6 feet, y'all. I just found out today. I've been saying it, so it makes sense. With my shoes on, I'm probably 6'1" now. Little guy.
Little guy is crazy. Little guy is nuts. All right.
Yo.
I'm changing that to my name in the Discord.
Little guy.
Little guy. Trom doesn't have to worry about wearing
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd be like, Trom, you old.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm not wearing shoes with a incline in them.
But it doesn't even. In the video, it doesn't even look like it's like platforms.
Because it's in the sneaker.
Yeah, it looks like,
so it's like
those
a heel.
Air Force.
It's like a heel.
Not Air Force. Air Max. It looks like Air Maxes.
Right. Yeah. They look like Air Max, but it looks like a heel. I'll put the video into the chat. So, or Trav, you can do it. Put it into the chat. Yeah, I'm not doing it. I actually have seen a guy do that before. I was with a girl and we see her man, and we've seen him before, and the nigga was taller today, and we was looking at the nigga like, and we actually came to each other like, it's funny because we said it at the same time. So like, you know when you like come to each other like, yo, come here. Is he? This nigga was noticeably taller than he normally is.
Wow.
And we looked at his sneakers and we was looking at like, are those like platforms? Like what's going on?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, nigga, own where you at. Absolutely not. Own where you at, where you are. Confidence is a thing. It's just not a thing for men to wear heels. It's just not. Am I wrong?
I agree with you.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on.
Fishing.
Height fishing. Height fishing. Right. I've definitely dick fished before. I've dick fished when I send
a
dick pic, because there's an angle where my shit just looks longer if you go down on it.
Just like for females too with their ass.
Yeah.
There's a way, there's an angle.
Not that my shit isn't great.
Put the ass on the sink.
My shit is cool.
Yeah.
I want optimum height. You know what I'm saying? So I just used angles on my shit.
Yo, I took a picture of it like, damn, that shit was small.
Yeah, I have. Fuck you, Sonny. I have.
Oh, let me get another angle. He ain't no better than these bitches.
You gotta get another angle. This is not sending this.
Okay.
I'm not sending this.
Like, ooh, that's my dick. It is.
Oh shit!
I hate. See, this is what I'm talking about. People from the LGBT community, they can talk about shit like this. She has a strap. She never has to worry about that. You ever take a picture of your strap and it looks small? No.
Never.
Just be over compensating. 10-inch, 11, 12-inch dick. Like, what are you doing walking around with that?
Yo.
You ever walk around with your strap on? All right, never mind.
Nah, my dad. I had left one at my dad's house one time, but I ain't even used that one. He found it. He was like, "Now that just ain't right." he said, how a nigga supposed to come behind that? He said, niggas is not walking around with this size dick. This what you doing?
See what we
regular niggas ain't walk around like that, sonny.
So they put the shit. Do you put your shit in the freezer and all that? And do you warm it
One
up?
time I had bought a new dick, right? And I was like, let me clean it off. So I boiled it and it started melting. So I threw it in the freezer real quick to try to stop it from melting. I tried to save it because I was just about to tear this bitch up. Bitch was ready in the room. You feel what I'm saying? And we just bought the dick. I can't go into a melted dick. And so
yes, you can.
I did.
Yeah.
So I
you
threw it in
can.
the freezer real quick. Let it. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm finna give us a warm dick tonight. Yeah, I mean,
That bitch melted on your ass.
bitch melted, stuck to the pan. So you know what I mean? It was flat on the side.
You know the flat shit, son? With a fucking...
Then was laying down like that. This shit was flat as hell. Man, cooked the dick. Dick was cooked. So
She couldn't tell.
man,
That shit
listen,
like
I
it just had
throw
a
a condom
ring
on
on
that
it.
thing to keep it warm. Make sure it melts in the pussy.
And that
Throw it
bitch took care of business. It took
Throw
care of
it up.
business.
Yeah, it did. It did what it
The
do.
title is
Not melted dick.
Race Bait. And this is our last and final one before we get to no cap. We got to get the hell out of here, right? It's been an hour and a half.
I hate this show.
I
We're
need
here
you.
for hours.
Race Bait. I just wanted to show respect to Trav. And he didn't give us time. He didn't look at Brittany. 10-inch. Brittany won't fuck you.
She do.
Yeah, Brittany, she didn't DM you yet?
I don't know. She.
You don't know.
I don't be in my
Sound like you
DMs.
lying.
Trouble in there.
Sound like you lying.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany DM'd you already?
I don't know. I don't be in my DMs.
You in there
trouble.
fucking with, look at her. Yeah. I ain't trying to make it hot. I'm sorry. Melly, let's delete this part out the episode.
He crazy.
If you could be with a different race for a day, what race would you choose and why? If you could be a different race for a day, what race would you choose and
Y'all's race or ethnicity?
Caucasian.
I could have guessed. If you guys could be one race for a day, what would you be and why?
We're the superior race. Like, not as in like that.
Oh, that's mad.
We are the That's the most German answer. I'm not going to be like, I want to be black, because you guys have a terrible time of it.
Okay. So what would you be after that crazy answer?
I'd be mixed race.
And why is that?
My ex-boyfriend was mixed race growing up, but he never got it.
Why are you running?
It'd be quite interesting to experience like what other people are going through. I don't know, like I've never had someone comment on my race as a white girl.
What is y'all's race or ethnicity?
Caucasian.
I could have guessed.
Everyone want to be white? Fuck it.
what race would you be? Now, obviously, I ain't gonna hold you. That doesn't surprise me that Shorty says I would rather be white. Who wants to be something else? Like I'm almost confused by white people that want to be black. Like y'all just want the aesthetic. You know, you gotta deal with the experience. The experience is crazy.
They don't know the experience.
You know what I'm saying?
If you had the choice to come back, you wouldn't want to be black?
Yeah, I'm black all day.
Exactly. Like being black is fun, regardless of all the hardships that we go through.
No,
they see how dope we are. They want a piece of that.
Trav, please. I mean, Tron, please. We have made it. We've made the best of our experience, but let's not act like white people ain't having the best time in the world.
I understand
They are.
that.
They're having the best time. We just don't know the time that they're having. We have no connection to that experience. But they are putting their head in lions' mouths. You know what I'm saying? They're putting hamsters in their asses. They're doing what the fuck they want out of life. And I'm saying I don't want to do either or. I don't want to. But the fact is that they don't care about shit. They don't experience fear. They don't deal with the shit that we got to go through. They got legacy going on in their lives where their parents are billionaires and setting them up with trust funds that are $1 million and shit. They understand most of the industry in America. They understand the different relationships between country and country. Like we kind of just dealing with the best we fucking have.
I'm
and
envious.
being undervalued, undernourished, underfinanced. We were fucked up out here.
All that being said,
we got
and it all
Jabot
makes
jeans.
sense. I'm envious of how free that they are and the amazing head start that they got. But that's it. I wouldn't want to be them. If I came back, when I come back, I'm not going to want to be a white person over being a black person.
They said one day.
All struggles
They said
included.
one day. You going into
I know, but I'm
shit.
just saying, like, because you're saying, why would they want to be a black person? I'm like, they see how dope we are. That's why. White people fucking envy us.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure
they love us.
I'm sure they do.
Want to be us. Everybody want to be a nigga.
Listen. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying that let's not act like they don't have a better time of it. You don't think so?
Want to be them.
Yeah,
huh?
Like Melly said, still wouldn't want to be him.
All right, so if you could for a day and you wasn't black, which one would you choose? Because now we're doing what Dodge did that day, and we're like, oh well, I would still like. Let's go to the question: which one would you do for a day?
Hispanic.
For a day, yeah, I might just do some other shit. I might be Japanese for a day or some shit.
That's kind of fire.
Before I'm white, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to be white.
All right, we didn't bring up white.
Yeah.
Why is it? Why are they the fucking?
No, because everyone kept on saying white in the video, so that's why.
Okay.
Yeah, because she said
Sonny.
white. Yeah. I would, like you said, I would come back. I like a whole other culture, and I just want to be white.
I didn't say white. Nobody said white.
That's what I took from it.
What culture would you want to be if it wasn't for black? For a day.
Come up to me.
Asian.
Asian, why?
Because
It's just different cultures in Asian, by the way.
I know. That's why I'm scared. As a
you got
woman.
Korean, you got Japanese, you got Chinese, at least those three. Vietnamese, you got Filipino.
I want to be black. I want to be African.
Are Samoans Asian?
I still want to be black.
I don't know.
But African black. Let's see what that's about.
Just straight African.
Straight African.
I don't know if that's an answer, good answer, but it's the answer that we have. Let's go. I would never want to be Japanese or Asian at all. Have you seen their penises? Let's go to the next. Like, that's the craziest thing in the world. I can't even believe, like, that's what you doing? Shit, I'll be goddamn. I'll be goddamn. Okay? And that's what the fuck I got to say about that. Cap or no cap, we're going to run through these because Sonny is falling asleep. If I let you over in traffic, I expect my wave. If I let you over in traffic, you know how you do this?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
I expect my wave.
Or honk. Beep, beep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look for the wave.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No cap.
I'm going to give you more worse than that. You ever had somebody pull up on you and you're in the parking spot and they ask you, like, are you coming out?
Yep. That's me. I ask all the time.
You say no or yes, whatever it may be, and they just pull off or pull back. I'll be like, rude. Say something. Acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Acknowledge it. Because I might sit here now.
Right. Yeah.
You pull back on me, you ain't say nothing. I'm
Get
like,
out the car, I'm like, oh, never mind.
You must not have heard me. Just sit here and tweet.
I'm in no hurry.
Let me sit here and tweet.
At Princess Ivory says, I don't trust any man approaching me at my bummiest. How desperate are you? Seriously. We spoke about this earlier in part one.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? Charm, you agree with that?
Nah. I think that's when you're going to get like we spoke about, you're going to get approached like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get approached any way you look as a woman.
Sonny, yeah, you still got a pussy, bitch. What the fuck?
No matter what you got on, care about that.
And hopefully you fire enough where I can look through all that bummy shit.
I just like the way that you picked up the rice in the grocery store, bitch. Shit turn me on. I got a rice kink. Kids need to understand. Melly, you didn't say nothing. Nigga pull up on you at your bummiest? It's cool?
No.
Do you think that you could find a king? Do you think you could find a king when you're in your fucking bonnet?
Hell yeah.
Yeah?
Of course.
Why haven't you found one yet then? Kids need to understand. Chill. Why would you pull a hammer out?
Yo, because that's the closest thing I can find.
damn.
You want the stapler gun?
Something softer.
You know what I'm saying? Kids need to understand. In a minute means whenever the fuck I'm ready. Cap or no cap?
When they what?
Cap.
Kids need to understand in a minute. When they ask you some shit and you say in a minute,
and they go crazy.
That means whenever the fuck I'm ready.
Motherfucking cap. No cap.
No
That's
cap.
right.
Oh, Tron, please. You was the nicest person to your children last week. Now all of a sudden that you do things.
I'm always
on your
nice,
time.
but yeah, in a minute means
All right. Well, you can get this
off my
fucking VIP or first class seat in a minute.
Okay.
10 minutes from landing. It's first class seat.
So in a minute, is that like within an hour? What do they need?
Whenever the fuck I'm ready.
What do they need at ASAP? But hey,
These are your kids. They making demands now. Nigga, in a minute.
Cap or no cap. Dame gang _1 says, fellas, if she takes her purse to the bathroom with her while y'all on a date, she on her period. Go on and separate the check before she gets back.
Lord have mercy.
Wow.
If she takes her purse to the bathroom with her while y'all on a date, she's on her period. Go on and separate the check before she gets back.
Niggas
what if she don't come back?
I think that's a very good chance that she's not coming back.
Yeah.
Deuces, my nigga.
You got 2 checks to pay now. Sean, what are you thinking?
I'm just like, even if she is on her period, why you gotta make her pay the bill? Make her pay her portion. Just because you're not getting no, like, you might not get none tonight, but damn, what about a few days from now? Like, I don't, niggas just, it's one or done.
Yo.
But why do women take their purse to the bathroom? Is there any reason?
Yeah.
What's the reason?
Because we want to either freshen up our makeup. Once again, we might be on our period. Change the tampon or the pad.
Why are you on a date on your period?
What the fuck, nigga?
What?
We
Why
don't
are you
control
coming on
that.
a date if you're on your period?
We don't control when we have a period. So
yeah, but you know when you have it.
But so I'm gonna say no. I don't want to go on a date because I have my period. The fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
no.
Stay your fucking ass home.
Stay in the cave.
Yeah. Stay your ass home. Why do you need to be out bleeding?
I'm not even
Bitch,
gonna
you bleeding.
feed
Why are
into
you out
this shit.
going on down the town when you're going through this? You're hemorrhaging.
Fuck you.
Absolutely not. Not right now. You just stay your ass home until you're better.
That's crazy.
Like
So that's not your kink? You don't want to do it?
No, that's definitely not my kink.
Oh, okay.
Lord.
But yeah, if you know that there's no possibility, like, I don't want that right now. Why would you come outside? Anyway. Cap or no cap? Why didn't our parents just take the chicken out the freezer before they left? Cap or no cap?
No cap.
Trav, hilarious. Trav, hilarious. Trav, hilarious. No cap. Why are you hitting me up and getting mad that I forgot to do some shit that you forgot to do? You come home and you mad at me like, bitch, you could have did this shit earlier.
Bitch, you could have did that your damn self.
Cap or no cap, the real K.O. says, just let me eat it. Is so crazy.
Cap.
Of course you're going to say crap.
But you know I know. Cap.
Honestly, cap. Sometimes I just want to eat it. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. Ain't got no ulterior motives.
Cap.
Kinda.
It's a trap.
That's cap too. That's kind of cap too. That's kind of cap too.
Cap.
Cap.
All right.
Niggas.
Sonny's tired.
We're all tired.
Shut up.
No
You don't.
cap.
I don't care.
I'm exhausted, y'all.
At Nick Still Here says your girl got to fear you a little for the relationship to actually work. Your girl has to fear you a little for the relationship to actually work.
That's a pussy ass nigga.
Cap.
Might help.
Cap.
I don't know if it's necessary, but it helps.
Well.
Do you have to fear your girl though?
I mean, I wouldn't say fear, but know that she ain't gonna just take no shit. You know what I mean?
10:30. This is nuts.
You gotta know, like, yo.
No, seriously.
Wow.
Anybody that you really respect, you kind of fear them a little bit. Like this person ain't gonna just take anything.
All right.
Let me hit the bathroom real quick and don't come back.
Trav, you did a hell of a job this week.
Yes, he
Sonny,
did.
wake your fucking ass up. You only feeling like this because you smoked, and you kept smoking once that nigga gave up. And you smoked the whole thing?
Nah.
Let me see. Where's that? You smoked the whole thing. Don't show me that. That's a roach. Are you gonna light that back up?
Later in life, not now.
There's no way that you have to roll another blunt. That's not relightable.
No, that is.
It's like a.
That's bigger than a roach.
That's a Harlem Nights.
Yeah, I mean,
that's Harlem Nights.
That's how you know he don't smoke. He don't smoke
no more.
Yeah.
That's why. He forgot.
I'm just being judgy, baby. I smoke for real, for real. I'm telling you right now, I left roaches and rolled the roaches up and all that. How long you save the roaches?
I don't even know. I thought roaches out.
You don't smoke the roaches no more? You got to that point of money?
Yeah, big baller.
Shout out to Sunny.
She's a big baller.
Yeah. She don't even smoke. She got to that point where she don't even smoke roaches no more. Shout out to Sunny for coming back. She was on Hard or Soft this week. She's back here this week on So Shameless.
My nigga.
Love you, boo.
Love you
I'm
too,
so
man.
sorry for hijacking you tonight on a Friday
it's
night.
It's all good. I love y'all.
But you nice and toasty, right?
Baby.
You feeling good?
Yeah.
She got some drinks in
great
her.
When you get over there. It's not some new pussy you running into tonight.
Nah, I'm in my
That's a girl.
You going over there? You diving in head first as soon as you get in the crib?
Sleeping.
You going to sleep on a Friday night?
Man, I've been working all week. I had this.
Oh, you one of them niggas. You making it easy. You papoose. Shout out to you.
Yo.
Hey.
Yo.
Hey.
That's fucked up right now.
Available.
Wow.
Let these people know where to find you, Sonny, and what you got going on.
You can find me and my girl Pussy tonight. I know the nigga said that.
Yeah, go ahead and do what you got to do at home.
Nah, yeah, you
what
can
you got
find
going
me,
on?
you know, SUNI.MF, Sunny MF. I appreciate y'all, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good vibe.
I heard you got a single out right now.
Yeah, I got a single out right now called Blocked. It's
Mm-hmm.
fire. Y'all check it out.
Blocked? Why blocked?
I had to block a couple of bitches, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And you got something out with Sexy Red?
Sexy Red, right? Yeah, it come out on the 27th. Well, you know, the preview out right now. Y'all can use the TikTok sound.
She don't even want to promote her own shit.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, nigga, just end it. Go to the bathroom. Get out. Go to the bathroom.
Okay.
You cool.
Yo, appreciate y'all. You know, y'all can follow me. Y'all know what's going on, man. Yeah, check out the single with Sexy Red, No Panties.
Oh,
nice. No panties.
No panties.
Shit.
No
I
panties.
wonder how Sexy Red looks with no panties. We've never seen her in nothing really like
revealing.
Yeah.
Is she really sexy?
All right, Tron. I'm out of here. So shameless. I'm out of here.